Hello guys, I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit of a video for Zerg. Right now go ahead and just take a look as I mislook a little bit, but that's not really the point of this. Basically, playing as Zerg can get a little complicated in terms of how you can think about it. So, basically, if you take a look at what I did for Terrans, where I basically just took a replay of me playing normally against nothing, no opponent. I'm literally just taking footage of me playing on the European server as random. I random on the European server on occasion, and it's just fun when I'm don't feel like I have the concentration for actually laddering on my main account. I just go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just talk to you guys about playing as Zerg. Just some generalities, some concepts that I'm going to try and show in this game. And it's a fun game to watch. It'll be entertaining, and I'll talk a little bit about it while I play. But pretty much there are some things that are pretty much universal when you play Zerg. One of them is that you want economy. Economy and safety. Those are your two main points as Zerg. You want to get as strong of an economy as you can while staying alive. So right now I'm just clicking things, I'm building drones, I'm just having a grand old time. Now, I didn't do it specifically in this video, but something you always want to do is get a 9 Overlord, and then you get a drone. Then when your Overlord pops, you can build an additional 2 drones, and it's the most economic way you can actually start your opener. A lot of people actually sometimes have fun with it and do extractor tricks at 11 to get an extra drone out, and then you get the Overlord, and I do that just because it's fun. It gives me something a little bit to click on. See, right now I've got all my drones mining efficiently. I've got each of my closest mineral patches actually with drones on them, so it's not really a huge deal, but it's something that I like to do just because it's giving me something to click on. It's just fun. So now you can see that I scouted with my first Overlord all the way to top right because I want to know exactly what my opponent is doing. Now I know I'm playing a Terran. It's going to be a ZVT on Nerazim Crypt, that's what this map's called, and I'm going to basically play economy. You're going to watch as I do this, and it should be a nice thing to see, and has how my gameplay is actually going to develop. My thought process at first is go for a Speedling opener. Again, one of the safest, most standard builds you can possibly do as Zerg. The first thing that's happening is going to be a 14 extractor and then a 14 spawning pool. You can see how I'm pulling off guys the second I get 100 gas and starting the metabolic boost instantaneously. I've got a queen and lings on the way, plus I have overlords here scouting to make sure that no crazy cheese is going in. You can also see I clicked on his factory, so I know exactly that what's going in. He's going for a factory. It's not 2 racks. I don't have to go for anything to defend against a very early pressure, so I just have hatchery on the way. It's pretty much normal standard stuff, and I know he's going for tech, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to go ahead and get the extractor on top of his refinery. So that's something that I do like to do. It makes me feel pretty good. I can limit a lot of things coming from him. And now we're going to see what's going to happen as I continue to play. And so just a general Zerg things is that it's hard to play because you have a lot to control. You have to spawn larva with the queen. It's one of the more complicated and harder to master skills out there in terms of the macro mechanics. It's harder than muling, and you have to keep a lot more on top of it than you need to with Chrono Boost to make comparisons to Protoss and Terran. So now you can see me. I'm trying to bomb it as much as I can, and something you can do actually while you have a drone there is actually cancel the extractor before it finishes and you build another one, which is something I usually do, but this time around I just didn't. It's not exactly the main thing that I want you to be focused on, but it's a way to annoy your opponent. And you can see that now that I've got a lot more gas coming in, I'm actually going to go ahead and start mining for whoa. Yeah, so now actually this is just a little aside. Funky Cake is a guy I played in the previous game for this, and I beat him in a TVZ, and so he was this. I guess he's like, haha, that guy's way too good with too few games, and he was going forward. Now I'm just going to go ahead and have a little bit of a talk. He's a nice guy. Actually, I'm going to make a video for him soon. So, right now you can watch me as I drone up a lot. I know he's bringing in Hellions to go up against me, so I want to kill that. So I'm going ahead and get a lot of Zergness as well. This is the whole safety thing. You literally do as much as you can to stay safe. You see me spawning larvae, trying to stay very, very much on top of it. But I know he has Hellions, so I want to go ahead and stop that, make sure I don't take any or too much, if any, damage from the Hellions in terms of my economy. Because Hellions are perfect for harassing from Terran, and I can see me doing exactly that. I found the Hellions, I'm running around, and now I see this Banshee. So I'm like, okay, he's trying to kill off a lot of my workers. But this is why I got that third queen. This is all about that stability as Zerg. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring back my drones, because it's about minimizing damage, and trying to make sure that you don't lose too much. You can see I killed a Banshee. I'm actually not worrying about Cloak, just so you know. Because of that first gas deal, I delayed his gas for a fair bit, so which means odds are there's not going to be any kind of Cloak coming from him. These are the kind of game knowledges that you're really going to want to have. And Zerg, you're going to want to harass, you want to delay your opponent, stay active, try and know what they're doing, keep tabs on them, respond in kind, get the right new units. There's a lot of things to think about. So right now, I'm just thinking stabilize. Alright, he's now sent in a fair bit of stuff to deal damage to me, which he hasn't. So I'm getting on my infrastructure. I'm thinking nice, drone up, get upgrades, spread creep to get myself as much vision as I possibly can have. See the Evo chamber is there, and just to be safe, in case he's building more Banshees, one Spore Crawler in each mineral line. Spread out Overlords to get more scouting, and you can see how I built a lot of drones. Like I just pressed S and held down D, get as many drones as I can, scout, try and see what his expansion is going to be, and I don't think he has it quite yet, and that makes me feel good. I've got a fair amount of drones. I'm now going to saturate both of my main and my natural, and something you're going to want to have is going for basically 16 drones per mineral line. To really get that going. You can see that I'm also trying to spread creep as much as I can. There's a lot to click on. My queen energy is a little bit high. I mean, it's not perfect, but I want banelings and I want lings. This is basically my plan is going to be. I'm going to want mutalisks, and we're going to see exactly what's going to happen. You can see how I'm actually setting up my lings so that I have one at each of the watchtowers, just because I want to have vision, and I'm resetting my hotkey every single time. There's the creep spreading, so I can get as much vision as I can with this, because that's actually seriously important. You want to know when your opponent gets out, because one of the big things you can do to give yourself an advantage and handle attacks very well is pretty much that you're going to try and see the opponent coming in and attacking him before he can get into an entrenched and good position to deal with me and what I have. So right now, once things under attack, I think I was just sending a little bit of a scout, but yeah, I think I sacrificed an Overlord. But I see what his tech is. I saw the Starport tech is out, and I'm feeling pretty good as I continue to spread creep everywhere to give me vision. And I just streamed out a bunch more links, because I'm feeling pretty good with my economy, as I've got, I'm pretty much able to stabilize. I was able to drone for a couple minutes, and maybe supply block. I gotta fix that and get out some more Overlords. But you can see, right now I'm thinking Spire, good, so I get the Spire out. It's a little bit of a late Spire, so I'm not really going to be so crazy with it, but I do want Banelings. Marines can be very troublesome, so I want Banelings. I'm researching centrifugal hooks, so Baneling speed is coming down. I'm continuing to spray creep to give myself vision of the entire map. That's what my goal is. I've got this frontal link to make sure that he doesn't push out without my knowledge, and I'm continuing to scout with it too. So I know he's still on 2 bases, and I'm feeling pretty good. If I get the third up, I'm feeling solid. It can be dangerous to sometimes expand against Terran, because they're so good at just dropping with medevacs and Marines, so you have to be wary of that. But you can see, I want upgrades, I want higher tech, I want lots of units, I want lots of expansions, just because that's what Zerg is. You go expand a lot, and you try and handle as much as you possibly can. Now, yeah, like this guy's so much is being wow, there's just so much that these guys are just sending me, because I just played both of them and they were just talking to me, because I like talking to people. It makes me happy. So you have to be really wary with your hockey setup as Zerg. It can get pretty daunting at times to try and control all this at once. You can see I click on the mini-map a lot to try and go to places, spread creep and everything. And now my link just died, so now I have to be ready for an attack that's going to be coming in. You see how I have lings, banelings, some drones are running everywhere. And now he's going to push out, and now I have to try and control my army so that the banelings are going to attack the Marines, and the lings can just surround everything. So I'm going to do exactly that, hit him before he sieges up, and now watch those explosions happen, and he's basically just got decimated. This is what you have to do. You crush that push before they can get into a really nice entrenched position, and then you just continue macroing up, expanding, and harassing. So you can see how I have the mutas that come out, and now that I just crushed that expansion, more mutas, more harassments all coming. You can see I'm getting the air upgrade as I have the mutas, and I'm thinking this is good. You can see I'm going to be able to actually get out some more of those units. And 16 drones at each mineral expansion that I have, and I'm going to be able to kill a free Hellion that's just sitting there. So this is going to be me as I continue to spread this creep. Because you can see it's one of the things I really like to do as Zerg is just spread creep. I'm going to go ahead and continue getting upgrades. You can see my spawn larva is not doing horrible. My money is slightly high now. I am supply blocked, which is unfortunate, but here comes another expansion. This is what you got to do as Zerg. You crush an attack, and you expand, and you prepare for the next couple of minutes of the game. You never play for the now. You play for a few minutes later, just to make sure that your infrastructure is really up. You see the passivity from your opponent, you take advantage of it. You take advantage of it, and you can then and you do as much as you possibly can to really utilize it. So you can see that I'm going to continue getting as much as I can out, and I don't know if I just build drones or zerglings or what, but I'm continuing to expand. 4 expansions are going to be on the way fairly soon. He's now out in 3 at the most, but watch my units on the right. If you look at the minimap, I'm scouting every single one of those expansions on the right with very good harassing units that can kill it, delay it, do something to make sure that his expansion count stays down. I'm not taking any economic damage this entire game. I've been able to pretty much stay stable, and I'm getting my hive out 16 minutes or so in, and that's a pretty good time. I mean, you can see some guys get sooner, but still, you want Broodlords as your endgame unit. I've got Infestors out. I can use them later on, but right now, I gotta watch out for his third, because I'm assuming at this point he's probably gonna have a third. So I'm pushing forward, and there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and attack it, and I'm keeping an eye on this. Notice how I keep coming back to this, making sure that I'm not going to lose these mutas because they're really important. There are some SCs, but the second I see those Marines getting close into range, I'm going to pull back. I think they all stimmed, but yeah, look at that. I've been losing, I think I lost 1 or none mutas. But now here come Lynx and trying to do this. I want to pretty much delay this expansion. I'm not trying to do much else, getting free kills. It's very nice, but I notice there's only Marines. Why I sent in my Lings, and I'm going to be able to take out a lot of SCVs. I'm pretty much going to pull back the second I see any real attacking units from him. I'm just going to try and just force him to repair it, invest units, and you can see how I continue mounting this entire time. There's units, well, I'm going to pull back, and I don't think I pulled back my Lings in time, so I figured they're all going to die. Attack anyway, it's mech units. But he has Blue Flame Hellions, he's got Thorus, he's going for mech. So I respond with a Roach Warren. So what you have to do, you have to respond with what's necessary. I've got a Hive coming in, I'm going to be able to continue getting upgrades. And my muted count, I'm not really harassing with them as much as I would like to. Ideally, if you're going for this kind of style, your mutas would never stop moving. So now I'm getting more drones, I'm getting more overlords, I'm getting closer and closer to max food, and this is what I'm using the Hive Tech for at the moment. It's just for upgrades. I'm not focusing on Broodlords endgame units. My accounts are getting pretty good, and yeah, by the way, it's having an Overseer just standing there. But I see a massive Hellion army, and I should be getting a lot of roaches, but I'm getting Ling upgrades and Carapace upgrades, melee attack upgrades. I've got these 4 bases up, and I'm pretty well saturated. It's not perfect, but I'm dancing around. Now I'm going to be able to do a little bit of harassment. I'm going to run in and go for add-ons, because I know he's got those missile turrets up. I could theoretically take them out, but I don't want to take the risk. I'm just going for some guaranteed damage at the moment. I'm going to pull back, because I know he's got Thors, and I see immediately as I pull back that he's got his army in there. And if I was perfect, I'd probably attack his third while bringing his entire army back, but still, I'm going for Broodlords. I want my end game. This is one of the powers of Zerg, is setting up a perfect end game. That's what I'm trying to do. So you can see how I've got a good drone saturation. I still have some minerals everywhere, but my 3/3 melee attack upgrades are going in right now, and defense upgrades as well, which is pretty big. I'll be able to get out some Broodlords, and now I'm just trying to think about my hockey setup, because I just don't have as much experience playing Zerg. I'm not quite as set as I would like to. So I ended up deciding mutas on 2, melee units on 3, and then the Corruptors and Broodlords will be on 4. That's what I'm thinking. Because right now I have all my hatcheries on 1. I've got my queens on 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's kind of hard to control that at times, but it's something I do try and do. I'm getting Pathogen Glands. And also, I'm clicking on the bottom right just because I don't have as familiar with the hotkeys for Zerg as I would like to. I'm getting Glider Constitution because I'm basically planning on going for on roaches as a switch once his mech gets up there. But for now, I don't have the upgrades to make me feel like it's actually worth it to go for a roach force at the moment. So that's why I'm getting the upgrades for it, so it can be useful. Now comes the Broodlords. This is what I want. I want them to try and push out so I can utilize a big surround with my Lings, my Banelings, and my Broodlords to make a very, very powerful attack against his army. I'm trying to set that up, and I've got the vision for it. If you take a look at this, I've got the top half of the map pretty much under control. I'm continuing to get a whole lot of units out there. I'm going to get another macro hatch just because I feel like I should. I'm close to max army, and he's pushing out at the perfect time for me. I've got Centrifugal Banelings, I've got Broodlords. I just have to be careful about how it's engaged because right now he's pushing in and I'm not exactly ready for it. He's catching me off guard with my Broodlords not in the good spot, so that's why I retreat. But I lost 30 food of Lings and Banelings. That's pretty significant. Also, Adrenal Glands, it's really good, so definitely go for that. But now he's scanning me, and he sees his army. And this is a troublesome time right now. You can see how I just built almost remaxing with Lings immediately, but he's attacking me before I'm really ready for it. I got a great surround on all of those units, and there come the Broodlords, but notice that he's still's got a lot of Marines. I'm going to bring in my units that I misclick and not able to select them all. I'm trying to double click. And this is such a risky time because he has so many medvacs that he can heal just about everything. So here come all those Lings that I was remaxing with before. I'm going to try and clean up everything, and I do successfully. So that's a pretty big deal for me right now that I survived that and was able to crush that attack. This is what I'm trying to do, is wait for the aggression from the Terran, crush it, expand, and then continue getting some good some infrastructure. So you can see how I'm just going to go ahead and counterattack once I feel like I'm stable enough to actually do that. So unfortunately, so my army goes to the left. I see there's a planetary force, so I got to pull back. There's no way I can do much damage over there. But I'm once again scouting with my mutas, trying to keep tabs on where he is. My food count's not as high as I would like to. I see my spawn larva is kind of failing while I'm trying to manage all this army stuff. But band's going to be coming in, and you can see I'm continuing to get more, but I'm now down on larva. And this is the issue with Zerg. When you get in the late game and you don't get some good spawn larvas in there, it becomes very hard to actually have enough larvae to remax. It's a very tough part of the game for Zerg. So that's something you really have to pay attention to. I've got the upgrades for the roaches coming in, and notice I'm remaxing with the roaches. He's going for his really strong mech play, which means, hey, I'm going to go for roaches. Because roaches are good against mech when they get a very nice surround. They're ranged, they're not melee. So I have right now Ling, Baneling, Roach, Broodlord, which is a pretty weird thing, but I also need Infestors. Infestors for to kill the Vikings and get some good fungals off of everything to really limit his options and prevent him from being able to accomplish very much. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, I also want to kill his Expo. So this is actually kind of a neat thing you can do, is just take out bases. You just do a massive Baneling bust. Watch the angle, though, that I go for this. I'm basically killing the Planetary Fortress and as many SCVs as I possibly can. The problem is now he's taking me out in the retreat, and my army is caught out of position. So this is kind of bad. So you can see me remaxing right now. I'm back to max with 200 to 200. I'm going to get Lings and try and go for a very large surround. I need those guys to come in. I've got Corruptors down there. I've got to be careful, though. It's going to be hard for me to really get Broodlords out there. I only have a single one out, and I'm going to actually start getting them, I think, if I can find a good spot after I kill off those Vikings. But this is what I'm trying to think of, is, okay, I've now shut down his expansion. He has a max of 2 bases right now, maybe a third if he built an in-base command center. But I've limited his expansions. That's what I've been trying to do, is shut down his expansions while I expand and play safely. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to target. You can see how my mutas are going to take down those Vikings, and I do as much as I can. But he sniped a whole lot of Overlords. I don't have Overlord speed, and that's a mistake. So I'm now at 128 at 124 when I was previously having a max worth of Overlords. So I've got to get out tons of Overlords, which I do. I did that while the attack was happening, and it's going to allow me to get a whole lot of Broodlords. I need support, though. I don't have the larva. This is a really, really big thing to note. And he's pushing out at a really good timing right now. He's going to feel pressured. I'm actually forced to cancel some of those Broodlords because of the fact that I just won't be able to utilize them. I keep 3 Morphing just because they're really, really good, and I want to have them. It's just a matter of what can I get away with while getting out what I want to. So there the Broodlord's going to move in. I'll be able to take out those Marines, but I got to be careful because he has those Marines. But I've watched this remaxing that I'm doing. This is the really big thing, is the reproducing that you can do as Zerg. I'm trying to basically take complete advantage of that as much as I possibly can. So I'm continuing just boxing everything and trying to get them into this battle so that I can go ahead and continue crushing him. I'm also getting upgrades. You gotta continue upgrades throughout the entire game. Upgrades are perfect for my lings. They're 3/3. My roaches either have +1 or +2 attack, but the +3 carapace as well. I'm also getting upgrades out for my broodlords as I also continue to expand and keep an eye on bases. That's where my lings are going. The bottom right, trying to keep his base count low. I know he doesn't have that bottom middle leftish base. That I have creep over, because I have creep over. He literally cannot expand. More broodlords are coming in. This base is going to be non-existent because I have those lings there. I'm like, good. He has at most right now 1 mining base. So I've got to be pretty solid here. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring in infestors because I'm going to think, okay, time to be aggressive. This is going to be my first real attack against him as an actual killing blow attack. And I'm going to be going for it with leading in with the broodlords and then having infestors ready to fungal anything trying to attack the broodlords. My broodlords are going to act as siege tanks. Also remember, keep an eye on the bottom left, make sure you don't have any idle workers. You never want idle workers. So scouting forward, I'm going to see what I can do, possibly do a little bit of damage. And I'm basically have adrenal glands. And look at the DPS of my lings. I can pretty much try and take out that base and then pull back. And he's also being kind of foolish with his SCVs and not phasing them through to go away, so I get free kills on that, and now is my time to strike. Now it's time for the real attack, and this is what I've been setting up for this entire game, is this attack right here. And that's my plan going into this. It's alright, it's time to go ahead and finally do my end plan, because that's pretty much how I play Zerg. I wait to win during the end game. I set up for the end game. My upgrades are there, my broodlords are there, my units are there, infestors, pathogen glands, roaches ready to crush it. The roaches weren't added in effect because of the fact that I know he was going for mech. But I have the entire top of the map. I have creep over everything, vision over everything, and I'm ready to go ahead and move in with broodlords and watch as I'm ready to really crush him. I'm keeping everything back except for the long-range broodlords, and he doesn't really have very many options. I'm waiting for him, and there's the fungal growth on those 2 Vikings, and I'll be able to continue moving forward. And now that I have basically everything being damaged, it's going to be fungal growth on everything, and there's the GG, and that is the game. So that's pretty much what I want to show you guys. It's just all about the Zerg. So hopefully you learned about that, just how thought process about thinking about the Zerg. Just remember economy, and you set up for a couple minutes later. That's pretty much what you have to do, is set up for a few minutes later. Get as many drones as you can during the safe moments. So wherever you crush an attack, expand drones, and you repeat that until at the end point you've denied him expos, so you have the expos that he doesn't, and you can just go ahead and then do an end game push where you have infestors and broodlords and whatever ground units you need to support this. But that is a way to think about Zerg. Hopefully you can go ahead and utilize that to your advantage. Just remember upgrades and economy, setting up for a plan, and that's how you can go ahead and execute and win good games as Zerg. So hope you enjoyed that, hope it helped. Thank you very much.